Good morning, students. Once again, I welcome you to Career Foundations classes. And now we are starting the science class. This is the first class. We call it as at Science 1, and series it will be at Science 1, 2, 3, 4 as we continue the classes. Now you know that there are 6 units in the science subject. So for out of 6 units we will have 40 marks objective questions, 40 marks allotted for science. Today we are starting with the first unit, and this will be again done the repetition in the live classes, in the classroom teaching, or in an institution when the lockdown is open, when we are permitted to do so. Till then we will go for this YouTube teaching. So let's go for the first class. Now say this is in unit 1 and it is called mechanics. In the mechanics, what is the beginning or the basic things in the mechanics chapter? Now we see what is physical quantity. The definition of physical quantity is all measurable quantities are called physical quantity. Simple. All the quantities that you can measure is called physical quantity. Now, for example, length you can measure, mass you can measure, time you can measure, velocity, acceleration, speed, you can measure all of them. All those quantities which you can measure are called physical quantities. Some more idea about physical quantities. Physical quantities can be measured in definite terms. Say for example, a particular mass is there, say 5 kg, we can exactly measure it. So that is called, it will not change, you can exactly measure it. It's called, it can be measured in definite terms. Now we can also have a mathematical relationship between them. So for example, you can say that there is a formula, F is equal to ma. That means force is connected with two other physical quantity, mass and acceleration. F is equal to ma. How we gave a mathematical relationship between the three physical quantity, F is equal to ma. Okay, some more thing about the quantities like beauty, anger cannot be measured. They are not so physical quantity. Only measurable quantities are called physical quantity. The word physical itself says you can measure it. Now beauty you cannot measure. Somebody is beautiful, very beautiful, we can say yes, too beautiful, but how much you cannot. And then we can come for somebody is angry, how much is angry or she is angry, we cannot measure the amount of anger. So this quantity is not physical quantity. Sometimes in the question they may give you 4 options, which one of the following are not physical quantity. So say for example, velocity, acceleration, force and anger. So anger is not a physical quantity, that should be your option. Now let us continue with the class. Now these physical quantities classified into two. First one is fundamental physical quantity, second one is derived physical quantity. In the fundamental physical quantity, right, we are learning about fundament. Fundamental means bunadi, foundational, that is basic. The basic quantities which are independent of each other, or they cannot be derived from one another. For example, mass is there. Mass cannot be derived or extracted or be explained or put in terms of other physical quantity. Mass remains as mass only. Time is time. Time cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities. So that those basic which are independent, or you can say which cannot be expressed in terms of other physical quantities, such quantities are called what? A fundamental physical quantity. Okay, so before 1960s we had only 3 fundamental physical quantities, that is length, mass and time. This question may appear for you. Okay, now what is derived physical quantity? Derived physical quantity means the physical quantities which are derived from fundamental quantities. For example, you say this one velocity is there. Velocity means what? Velocity is rate of change of displacement, or we can say V is equal to d by t. D means length, T means time. These both are fundamental quantities. So velocity being derived quantity is expressed in terms of two fundamental quantities, that is distance and time. So any physical quantity that can be expressed in terms of fundamental quantities, that is length, mass and time, those quantities are derived quantities. In a way I can say all other physical quantities apart from length, mass and time are called derived quantities. This definition was good for before 1960. After 1960 we see SI was there, and in the SI we see there were 9 quantities were considered as basic quantities or fundamental quantities, and apart from 9 there are, so we will see it in the further. Let's go ahead with the subject now. Okay, now after learning physical quantity, we will try to measure the physical quantity. How to measure? Then the word comes unit over here. What is the unit? Unit is the standard of reference used to express a physical quantity. It's called the unit of that physical quantity. For example, you want to measure sugar. A bag full of sugar is there. How much is the sugar? We will not understand. That is a physical quantity because we can measure it. But how we can measure that? How much it is? So what we do, out of that physical quantity, we take a certain quantity and we named it as 1 kg. So this 1 kg stone, if you go to shop, they will keep the 1 kg stone in the left side of the pan, and then right side that much of amount of sugar they will put and say this is 1 kg. If you want 5 kgs, 5 times of this 1 kg we measure and say it is a 5 kg. So to measure sugar, its mass, we used a standard called 1 kg stone. So 1 kg or a kg is measured for the mass. Okay, and then time, for example, how much is the time? The standard used to measure the time, we say it is a in seconds, because it's the smallest unit that we have, and it is a seconds. So 60 seconds makes 1 minute, then 60 minutes will make 1 hour. So we measure in minutes and hours. But what is the basic and smallest reference we use to measure the time? Is its seconds. So like that, for force we are using what? Newton. So you should understand that for force it's there, you can see on the screen, it is Newton. Now this classification of unit, these units are of two types. When physical quantities are of two types or classified into two types, then measurement of these two types called unit are also classified into two types. That is, first one is what? It is fundamental unit. First one is fundamental unit, and second one is derived unit. What is a fundamental unit? Simple. All units that are used to measure fundamental quantities. For example, for length meter, mass kg and time seconds are called fundamental units. Now what is derived unit? Derived unit means units used to measure derived quantities. For example, force is actually a derived quantity, and the unit used to measure the force is called Newton. So I think it is clear about we have heard about the physical quantity types and unit its types. Let's go ahead with the subject again. Okay, now classification of units or system of units. I should call it as system of units. Now system of units means now we have so many different objects, small size, medium size, large size of the physical quantity, and to measure these quantities we have formed 3 groups of units. They are called as system of units. So conveniently there are 3 system of units, and the 3 system of units are actually used to measure 3 fundamental quantities: length, mass and time. I told you before 1960s this one. Okay, now let us go for what are those 3. The 3 group we have is, one is CGS. CGS means centimeter gram seconds. It's also called Gaussian system. and set by the French Academy of Science. It is also called Volta. It's a metric system. It is metric system. Question may come. CGS is also called metric system. CGS is also called Gaussian system. CGS is set by whom? French Academy of Science. These are all the objective questions we have. Now let us go for the second group of units, that is called AFPS. AFPS stands for foot, pound and seconds, and this system was also called as British system. So FPS system is British system. Then next we will go forward. MKS. MKS is meter, kilograms and seconds. Now all these three units we are used to measure what? Three fundamental quantities: length, mass and time. For the length, meter, and for the mass, kg, and for the seconds, yes. Okay, that is adopted in 1935, extended by addition of temperature and current, called MKSA. Later on it was also called MKSA, and also MKS was used to extend SI system. So these three are there. Okay, now let me give an example for a small object which we is comfortable for us to measure its length in centimeters. Okay, so a small pencil is there, so its length can be measured in centimeters. So then we will use this, select this, and we should understand one thing. Once we used its length measurement in centimeters, its mass should be measured in grams and its time factor in seconds. Now if we are comfortable to measure the length of some object in feet, okay, then we have to select the second one. When we select the second one, the object mass should be measured in pounds and its time factor in seconds. Now little bigger one it is, then we are using what? MKS. For example, any big material is there or object is there, its length should be measured in meters, then compulsory its mass should be measured in kilograms, its time should be measured in seconds. Hope it is clear. Now let's go ahead with some more ideas. Now international system of units, here it is careful, it's very important portion that we are learning here. System of international units in French, extended by MKS, adopted on 11th General Conference of Weights and Measures in 1960. I would like to say that, before 1960 only three fundamental quantities were there: length, mass and time. But after 1960, some more invention of the fundamental physical quantities were there. So after inventing them, we added 4 more plus 2 more. So first there were 3, length, mass and time, plus 4, 7, and then 2 more supplementary. So altogether 9 were invented, and to declare them as the system called International System of Units, we call it in short that SI system, that was formed in 1960s in France in 11th General Conference of Weights and Measures. Very important. Now we will see the list. Now see, these are 7 basic quantities. You should understand that. Okay, 7 basic quantities are there, and those 7 basic SI quantities, and then 7 basic units of them, and the symbols of them. Now there are 3 different things here. This is quantity, and this is unit, and this is symbol. Example, I will take length. Length is a physical quantity which is basic. Then its unit used is meter, and its symbol is small m. Okay, likewise, then mass is there. For mass, kilogram, and it is kg, and time is there, seconds, electric current, temperature, luminous intensity, amount of. Here you should note one thing: if a group of people have formed it, then in the symbol it will show very clearly. It is not used as a capital. Now, for example, electric current and say this is electric current and temperature. If you just see over here that ampere and Kelvin is spelled as capital letters, showing that in respect to the scientist who has definitely put his interest and formed the unit of the electric current, behind his name ampere is used, and similarly for Kelvin, temperature, K, capital K is used. So this is important note. Now these are 7. Now later on in the same place, supplementary quantities were formed. So supplementary quantities are plane angle and solid angle, and their basic units, that is supplementary units, we call radian and steradian. Their short form is rad and SR. So we should note one thing very clearly, read for 10 times, because the long form of the basic quantities and units we may remember, but we may not remember. So question may ask like that, one objective question: which of the following are supplementary quantities in SI system? They will give you length, mass, time, and solid angle. So you have to select the solid angle. So that is important. This is very important subject. You write and practice. But three different things are there: 7 basic quantities, basic units, and symbol. Okay, now lastly we will come, because it consumes a lot of our data, but if you organize it, write it properly, and sit like a classroom and take this video and work out, understand, right, it will take more than 1.5 hours. But we are trying to put it here in a small capsule, and we will try to give you more notes on this. Okay, now what is advantage? Now you may ask, now sir, we had those three system of units, CGS, FPS, and MKS. What is the advantage of using SI? First of all, you know that we are using this was formed. Advantages of SI is actually for only three physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities is for 9, but basically there are 4 advantages. They may ask you a simple question also. Okay, any 3 of them they will give, fourth all the above they will give. You have to note all the above. So advantages of SI, first one, that is a rationalized system. One unit is used for one physical quantity. Say for mass, all those physical quantities connected with mass, only one unit is used, that is kg. For all the liquidity that what we have to measure, like oil, water, whatever it is, we use it as liters. Okay, that is called rationalized system, one unit for one physical quantity. Now comprehensive system means what? 7 fundamental and 2 supplementary units cover all the branches of science. If we take, we know that all branches, physics, chemistry, maths, and all things for the branches of science. Comprehensive system means using 7 plus 2, that is SI, 7 plus 2 quantities, we can study all the branches of science, because it covers all the branches of science. Next is coherent system, little different from comprehensive. So note both the definitions over there. Coherent means all derived units are obtained by manipulation of basic and supplementary units. Here no numerical factors are involved. Means here all the derived units can be formed out of this 7 plus 2, 9 fundamental quantities. Little different, but they look same. Their idea will be almost same, but the comprehensive means learning the 7 branch, using the 7 plus 2 we can learn all the branches. Coherent means using the 7 plus 2 units we can form all the other derived units. And the fourth one is metric system. Now what is metric system? Metric means multiples and sub multiples can be expressed in the powers of 10. For example, 1000 amperes, we can write it as water 10 raised to 3, like that. Now for example, 100 watts, we can write 10 raised to 2 watts. So in the powers of 10 we can write. So this is what till today I have just covered the class. For your information, I want to tell you one thing. If just go through these classes, take them, understand properly, and write them in a book, and then try to read them, we will see that it will be more than 1 hour, but total consumption of the space will not be much. It will be 100 or 150 MBs, because we are putting it as a compressed video. Keep them. And one important thing, this will not last for much time. It will be 1 day or 2 days we will be keeping, and we will be deleting because of several other factors. So please note them. God bless you. Thank you.